All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. So, as you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to our beautiful channel. So, today let's talk about how I made some money, but I completely botched the day. Guys, I'm very grateful. I want to start off by just, saying that out loud. I'm very grateful to be up this amount of money in this amount of time in a single day. With just about 2 hours of trading, we made $1,400, which is impressive. But today was a day where I massively undercapitalized. And it was because of one major issue, which we'll talk about a little later into the recap. Um, Before we really jump into it, guys, just remember our disclaimer, all right? Remember that day trading, like any other business in the United States of America, is risky. There's risk, there's reward. You have to understand that, it comes down to taking it easy, taking it slow. If you're going through the learning curve, utilizing the simulator, utilizing small share size, not jumping the gun and going in like Rambo or the Terminator or one of these crazy guys, right? You're not the Undertaker here at WWE. You have to take it slow, or else the market will take you under, actually, right? Ironically. So, with that being said, remember the live streams and recaps are never an invitation to copy trade. And lastly, be careful of the impersonators and scammers. I do not invest for my subscribers, which means I will never reach out to you randomly and message you. I will never message you first. I will never ask for personal information. So stay safe out there. And let's talk about the couple of stocks that we traded today. So as usual, I use Momo Pro, the discovery section down below. This right here is how I compile my watch list every single day. Momo Pro. You guys can check it out. Code Relentless for 25% off. Let them know that Relentless Trader sent you over. But this is how I find my watch list every day. And you'll see some of the stocks that I traded right here. HOLO, which is still currently up 74%. ROOT and a few others coming down the list. ZVSA. So this is how I compiled my watch list. And I'm filtering for stocks with high percentage gain and high volume. These are the top two. From there, I want to see the shares outstanding, aka the float, right? The shares available for the public to trade on the lower side. Some stocks, you look at the big blue chip stocks, they'll have billions of shares. And then you come on down to the small cap stocks. For us, we really want to see 25 million shares or below. With a stock like HOLO, you can see about 1 million shares available, right? So that allows for there to potentially be an imbalance to the buy or sell side, which can lead to a lot of volatility. And then, of course, that gives us a chance to see the setups that we look for. So from there, let's talk a little bit about the patterns. Let's talk about how I fumbled the day. So what was the big mistake, Relentless? Guys, yesterday I had a red week, my first red week of the year. And, Thursday, Friday, tricky days. I came in and I said, hey, I want to take it slow. I don't want to get super aggressive early. I want to use small size. And I had this thing in my mind where last week we saw hot momentum around 15 minutes into the open. And you guys might recall me saying, hey, let's weather the storm. Let's survive this bloodbath and then wait for that hot, strong stock to come to then get aggressive. And that was my issue today. I came in, and it's always unfair to yourself as the trader to come in with any sort of bias or expectation. You have to come in here with a blank slate knowing that anything can happen. It can be hot, slow, or in between, and you have to react real time. That was what I needed to be saying this morning. Hey, let's look forward to reacting real time and being sharp no matter what the market gives us. And I fell victim to thinking it's going to be slow, it's going to be choppy, and then a hot stock is going to come 10, 15 minutes later. And it's like when I saw the aggression, it's like I was almost caught off guard. And I did not react in time to get myself properly situated. That and a lot along with some other things where, you slightly hesitate, right? Marcelo recently had a study session on Sunday where he was saying, one losing trade or missing one big trade very early into the day can essentially influence how you trade, even if it's subliminally moving forward. And so I wonder if today was a day where, maybe I might have overcompensated and you know, kind of gotten a little too behind the ball after missing the first couple of trades here on stock HOLO. Because right into the open, I am going to look away to I can't remember what it was for, but I looked away in the very first minute of the open. And whenever you do that, it's already a gamble. And I'm using the word gamble because for us to make decisions to take trades, we have to, you know, see the data, interpretate that data, analyze it, and then react. And right here, as this thing was dipping, stock HOLO early, I looked away for a couple seconds. So right here, there's the open. You know, we got a high of 30, and it's going to start to pull back. There's 01 by 12, and look at how long. See, this is the problem. This is how you do not want to start the day, right? Look at this again. So 01 by 12, and it looks like my level 2 might have been lagging a little bit because orders, I'm seeing orders at 12 and then 34. Let's see here. Does this jump? 34, then 11. It seems like my level 2 might have been lagging because some orders are going through up there. But anyhow, regardless of if the level 2 is lagging or not, right? I wouldn't have known that because I'm not looking at the orders on my time and sales. All I know is that we're seeing 10 by 10, 12, and green is printing. There's no reason why I should not have already been in the stock. Regardless of where it lagging or not lagging, this is how I know I wasn't on my game to start. Looking away, you know, man, sometimes the small things can cost you. But anyhows, right, HOLO, it gets up there to 37. The high of the current candle is 40. These are things that you have to keep keeping in your mind. So right here, as it's getting up to 40, if green starts to print, I need to be in immediately for this breakout. And these are the small things. These are the small things. You know, right there, I'm slacking off. You can see it's now already at 65. Even if I'm buying here, try and get the extra push, right? There's 70, and this thing starts to push up a little bit. I haven't taken one trade. 80, come on, man. 86, 90, 90, 96, 11, 11, 18, 11, 35. I didn't even take the break of 11. This is what you call just sleeping. You know, I have 500 shares, so it's not like, hey, my share size is super aggressive, so I might want to, you know, take it easy. Sometimes you got to get your feet wet. You got to take some trades, put yourself out there, you know. But this is how I started the day. You know, we skip ahead. At one point, I'm gonna get green after this resumption, and then I'm just gonna give it all back. I'm gonna give it all back very quickly. So we resume. Let's see here if we get the trade. So we're all halted up at 1271. You know, here we go. Resumption's coming up. There's 1250. There's 1290. And we might potentially get that break of 13 here. Not quite. It dips. There's 30 on the bid. There's 26. I'm in a little late. And you can see how fast the stock is moving. We priced in 30 just now. It's already up at 50. Okay, this is our first decent trade. So I mentioned we're going to get green and we're going to give it back right away. This is going to be our first decent trade. We could have sold that a little sooner, but watching now for break of 13. And this is where I'm going to get caught in some of these areas where that green comes, but then the bid just evaporates, man. When I gave back the gains, that's what got me. Like a few of those. So right here, I'm going to jump in, I believe, around 12. No, not quite. Not as aggressive as I should have been right there. So a lot of areas where, you know, the past store was slacking off, man. Seeing this makes me want to, you know, it gives me excitement though, because I know that tomorrow, as long as we can see something similar and I'm on my game, I know what it means, you know? That's the exciting part. And this break of 13 right here was super aggressive. So it bounces up, you know, it bounces up. And I think I could have been watching at 1240 as well, being that that was the very first high that we had out of the resumption or the resumption price before the pop and drop. not being aggressive enough up there. I take over 13. This does give me a couple $100. It dips down. I take 70 area here. I should have took this. Did I not take that? Okay, I'm late. You know, look at that order coming there a little late. 80. Okay, there we go. Okay, maybe I did punch, but it took a while to show up on screen, right? And I think I'm gonna get a trade here. 11. We build up to like 1500 in this area. I'm gonna get back in above 12 right here because it's holding above the whole dollar. And then it pushes up to 40, 47. And I think this is where I was at my highs. You can see another thing too is that, you know, I only have one order entry window because I ended up using ZVSA. You can see ZVSA 3K and then 5.5. I should have had HOLO 1800 and then 5.5 or something. Because, you know, last week, or the week before, that's how we're running it, right? Because to really make the big money, you got to take on the risk. You got to use a lot more size. And so those losses are going to come pretty quickly. I'm going to try here for break of the highs. Not quite, right? I think 1400 might have been the high point there. It dips down to 07. There's 13. Okay, this is okay. Good entry there. Good fill. Can we get a bounce? All right, decent trade. That's a decent trade. Over 40, I should be back in, or maybe 13 or sub 13. There's 40, not quite. There's 15 on the bids. There's 40 right here. I should already be buying. I should be buying over 40 here for the retest of high of day. It gets to 50. I'm not quite in, but I don't like that I'm not at least throwing all that order with a tight stop. Because right there, if it really goes, I've already missed it. It might be a 1380. And boom, exactly, right here. Right there, my point exactly. It holds above the level. This is a monstrous fill here. Maybe I could have bought a little sooner or bought the bids, but can we at least hold above 40, which is the resistance? Okay, we got to 70. There's mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to increase my share size here, and I think that millisecond is gonna be what's gonna really get me. So in this moment, I'm like, I need to buy. I just need to buy, but you know, I'm not realizing what the spread is, and that there's like a 15-20 cent spread, and I'm in, and I get filled 69. I don't even freaking see 69. This trade right here, man. The ass pushes up to 87. It comes back down. But here's the thing. If I'm watching this sooner and I'm in earlier at like buying the bids at 50, I'd be holding this to give it time because we're pretty bullish and more than likely we can see the next move. So, you know, again, another late buy right there. Disaster, man. You know, and I felt it right there. You know, I kind of felt it like, yeah, I'm letting this day slip away. And it's like, this is not good. It pulls back to 40. I wait a little too long at 4 because remember 40 was high of day. I wait a little too long at 40. I'm in at 64 and it's like, if you listen to me right here, I'm like, are you kidding me, man? Disaster, disaster. The fine line, the tightrope walk. Man, but like, guys, this was the day for me. This is how close it was, right? I have to go. I have to leave soon, so I can't keep going too long. But that's what the day was for me today. Only finishing $300 on HOLO. OCEA only finishing up $700. And this thing gave a crazy move. You know, first move, second move, third move. We pulled back again. First, you know, fourth move, fifth right here, smaller move, sixth. This gave opportunity. This gave opportunity. And then seventh. We can even count right here if you're watching this small area here. Because I like the uptrending areas. And I missed most of these opportunities. So tomorrow, you know, today I kind of felt like I was behind everything. Stock to stock, ZVSA. Tomorrow I got to just do a better job being a little bit more firm, being a little bit more active. And I got to pay more attention to the scans in the chat because a lot of times I'm focusing a little too much on one stock, missing something, opportunity will cost, but ultimately I got to be a little bit better. So as you guys see, in terms of how I'm managing risk, every time I'm getting in, I'm looking to be back out immediately if the stock is not going in the direction that I want. If I'm looking for that quick breakout over the high, if I'm in and it's not going, I'm back out. If I'm getting a high fill, I want to be back out. If I'm looking to buy a dip, I want to be in where I think we should hold and then get the surge. If not, I want to be back out. When I get caught in a flush, it's because the stock drops so quickly to where I couldn't get a chance to sell to be back out. But yeah, guys, uh, hit that thumbs up. Of course, big shout out to George, who is the winner of the Merciless Markets sweepstake, if you want to call it that, a giveaway. And he will be, joining us in the next day trading team house, and that will be going down pretty soon. So stay tuned. We have some big things planned. We're going to the New York Stock Exchange. We're going to go on the floor, right, heading on over to Wall Street. And on top of that, we're going to be attending some key seminars where there's some big speakers such as Stephen Ducks and others, Jack Kellogg, people who've made over $10 million. The aim here is to network, to learn, to be inspired all over again, and to keep pushing. Because ultimately, here in the Relentless Trading community, progress is the only goal. And this is one of those ways where we can make progress. So hit that thumbs up. We do appreciate the support. I'll catch you guys next time. Stay safe, stay green.